Okay people, today is July 29th, 2012, and I have a little story to tell you. My fiance and I were at Walmart, it was probably 3 or 4 months ago now, and we get to the, it was like 8 o'clock at this time, and at that time it was dark, okay? So we pull into our parking lot, and we see this little old lady walking through the parking lot like this, with pushing her cart, like looking around like she had no idea where she was at. So I walk over to her as a nice American citizen and I said, ma'am, after I parked my car, I get out, I said, ma'am, I said, do you need help finding something? She was, why yes, I can't seem to find my car. I can't find her car. She goes, no. And I was like, what kind of car do you have? She said, it's a gray Ford Focus. Okay, first of all, I hate Fords. So at this point in my story, I'm trying to think, okay, do I want to help this lady or not? Or do I want to make her suffer and tell her to go to H&H right down the road and buy a Chevy? You know, but I was Christian about it, very Christian about it. Said, hey, listen, my fiance will stay with you, and I'll go find your car. Cool, fine enough. So I go waltzing down the parking lot, or waltzing around, you know what I'm saying? And I see this gray-ish, silverish Ford Focus. And I'm like, oh, there it is. So I go walking back to her. I said, hey, I found her car. It's over here in the parking lot. She says, oh, thank you so much. And she starts patting herself like this. She's like, well, I can't find my keys. I'm like, you can't find your keys? She's like, no. I was like, did you have them in the Walmart? I thought I had them on my grocery cart. And I was like, well, did you get groceries? She said, yeah. She said, actually, I got a whole cart full of groceries, but when I went to pay for them, my check bounced. I couldn't get my groceries, so my cart's still inside. So I said, do you want to go inside and see if your keys there? No, she goes, I know I brought them out with me. I just can't find them. They weren't in her purse. She emptied my purse out on top of the trunk of my car. You know, the trunk is, the color is black. So it's like, you know, scratched up. But you know what? I didn't care. I was like, whatever. I let this lady, you know, whatever she wants to do is fine. So I said, hey, how about you get in my car? My fiance and I will drive you to your house. At this time, I had no idea where she lived. She said, oh, well, you don't gotta do that. I was like, well, I want to help you out. She said, oh, okay. So she gets in her car. My car. This is my car. And I said, where do you live? She goes, Carlisle. So stop. Right there, I'm thinking to myself, if you live in Carlisle, why did you drive to Shippensburg Walmart when you can go right down the road to Carlisle Walmart? Because from where she lived, it was like 6 minutes from Walmart in Carlisle. Not that bad at all. Whatever. So I get in the car, and she goes, oh, well, where do you guys live? She said, well, first of all, what's your names? I said, well, my name's Jeremy, and this is my fiancée, Chelsea. And Chelsea sat in the back seat, this lady sat beside me. And I said, well, what's your name? She goes, my name is Nancy. Where are you guys from? I said, well, we're from Newville. We don't live in town, but we live right outside of Newville. She said, oh, well, I used to live by the fountain in Newville. I was like, oh, really? I said, I know where that's at. And she said, yeah, I lived there for 32 years. I was like, 32 years? She goes, yeah. She goes, I was married, but I got divorced. I was like, oh, sorry to hear that. Why'd you get divorced? She goes, I found out he was gay. I was like, you found out your husband was gay after 32 years? She goes, yeah, and you're never going to believe how I found out. I was like, oh, geez, how? She's like, I got home one day, and I had a real sore leg at the time, so I waltzed up the steps real, you know, it took me forever to get up there, and I opened the door, and there he was with another man. He was in there with another man doing things, and I looked at him and I said, when you're done with whatever you're doing, I want to talk to you. And he looked at me and said, you're not divorcing me, Nancy. And I said, well, yes, I am. You're being unfaithful to me. She says, I had to drive myself to the hospital because my leg hurt that bad, and he wouldn't even take me. Oh, I just can't deal with it. But now, I got a boyfriend. His name's Danny, and he is the nicest guy. I can't wait till you meet him. Can I borrow your cell phone to call Danny? Well, here's the problem. She got a cell phone that day, okay, at Walmart. But for some reason, they mustn't have activated her phone, so every time she tried to call, it was, you know, it could not complete the call. It said, this dial you have tried to do is unable to connect the call. So she used, of course, an iPhone, which she's like, oh, I don't know how to use an iPhone. Well, I understand because you're a little elderly. She was probably, she told me, she was like 56, I think she was 56. But, so we're in the car, and she finally gets Chelsea's phone, and Chelsea dials number for her. And the first number she gives us was different than the second number she gave us. The first number didn't know an answer phone, thank God. Second number she gave us was some other different number, but luckily that was the number to Danny. So Danny is on the phone. She's like, Danny, this is Nancy. I'm lost, but I have these two, what's your name, Jim and Chelsea in the car, and they're bringing me home, Danny. So anyways, we get to her house. Well, first of all, we drove past her house. She had no idea where she lived. We're driving down Route 11 in Carlisle, and we're driving real slow because she knew it was in the area. So slowing down. Oh well, we just passed it. I'm like, no! So we turn around at Knisley's Pet and Farm, do a U-ey, and drive back towards like Shippensburg direction, and pull into her house. We park the car, and she's like, I have all kinds of DVDs you guys can borrow. If you want to borrow a movie, you can borrow it and bring it back whenever you're done. I'd love to give you some. I was like, no, that's fine. I got plenty of DVDs and movies at my house, no Blu-rays. Okay, well, I want you guys to come inside and meet Danny. Okay, fine. So Danny comes out the door, all big and scruffy and long beard. He looked like an old retired Santa Claus because his beard was no longer white, it was gray, you know, gray. So we get in the car, and we get in the house, and she's like, I want to show you guys my bathtub. I'm like, for what? So we go walking into her bathtub. We go walking into her bathroom, and here's my bathtub. It's a jacuzzi. Then she shows us her shower. I'm like, why are you showing us her shower? So anyways, we walk out, and then she starts showing us pictures and figurines of her mom and dad, blah, 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 blah. She's like, hey, tomorrow morning, if you guys want to, you can stop by my house, and I'll buy you breakfast, and I'll make you breakfast. I'm like, no, I don't want breakfast. It's fine. So we leave there and go back to Walmart in Shippensburg, where we originally found this lady. Went in and asked if anyone found keys. No one found keys. We have no idea where the keys were at. So we go out. Her car was still there. The next morning, I go to Walmart. Her car is gone. I'm like, where's your car at? Well, I called Danny back on his cell phone. I said, Danny, this is Jeremy and Chelsea. We brought your girlfriend home last night from Walmart. I said, we can't find her car. Oh, that's fine. That's fine. We got her spare key. We brought it home. But thank you so much, buddy. Bye. Hung up the phone. That is the kind of stuff that I get myself involved with every day. I always have weird stuff happen to me. And by the way, this lady had a cat. She's like, oh, come look at my little kitty. He's so cute. First of all, I hate cats. Okay? I see a cat, I want to shoot it. I want to slice his head off. Because I hate them. I can't stand cats. Hate them. Hate cats. Can't stand them. But anyways, this lady's name was Nancy. Okay, her name was Nancy. The lady. She gives me her kitty cat. I'm holding a kitty cat, you know. Oh, little kitty cat. Guess what my cat's name is? I'm like, what? Fancy Nancy. You named your cat after your name with the word fancy in front of it? Hello? Something is not right with the brains of he. So anyways, we had a good time with that little story. Hope you guys enjoyed my little story. And I will see you guys some other time on YouTube. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye.